cholinergic agonist. We will start cholinergic antagonist. These drugs working against parasympathetic system. Okay, these drugs block acetylcholine action. These drugs also known as parasympathetolytic parasympathetolytic drugs. Okay. What will be the effect of cholinergic antagonist when used in a person? What happens from up to down, from head to toe? Effect inside the eye. Effect inside the eye. What happens in eye? Parasympathetic system doing what? M3 receptor doing meiosis, yeah? So if you block this, then what happens? Because you block M3 receptor. If you block M3 receptor, then mydriasis, okay? It means dilation of pupil. Dilation of pupil. M3 receptor. M3 receptor present on iris. M3 receptor present on ciliary muscle. Ciliary muscle. These ciliary muscle, they control lens. Okay, these ciliary muscle attached to the lens, they help to control lens. So there are two effects. Number one, in iris, what happened with iris? Iris dilate. Yeah, that people dilate, mydriasis, because you block M3, so no more meiosis. And what happened with lens? The ciliary muscle paralyzed. The ciliary muscle paralyzed is phenomenon known as cycloplegia. Cycloplegia. In cycloplegia, the lens not able to change its diameter. So parasympathetic system, the antagonist drug, the two effect in eye. Number one, mydriasis. These drugs are good for glaucoma or not? These drugs, can you apply in glaucoma?
No, sir.
No.
Why not? Why not?
Because it can decrease the angle.
Yeah, if it can decrease the angle, then ecosummer not absorb. Can increase the pressure, yeah. So that's why this is a big reason. Cholinergic antagonist must be contraindicate in glaucoma patient. Okay. Yeah, effect in eye. Second effect. Yesterday we done with Alzheimer's disease, yeah. In memory part, we use acetylcholine. If these drugs enter in CNS, in memory area, enter in CNS, to block the action of acetylcholine in the memory part. So if you block acetylcholine in memory part, it lead to amnesia. If these drugs enter in brain, causing amnesia. Okay. Second effect. Basal ganglion, everyone know are they putamen, globus pallidus. Basal ganglion. So acetylcholine we also use in basal ganglion. Acetylcholine we also use in basal ganglion. In basal ganglion, there is a balance between Dopamine. This we learn in CNS pharmacology in detail when we talk about Parkinson's disease. Okay, the dopamine and acetylcholine equal in concentration. Dopamine and acetylcholine equal in concentration. Okay, so when have some problem, the patient have Parkinson's disease, acetylcholine very high and dopamine low. A disturbance of equilibrium. Disturbance of equilibrium. Acetylcholine side heavy, dopamine low. Okay. So equilibrium shift toward acetylcholine. So these drugs also help in Parkinson's disease. Also help in effect on basal ganglia. These drugs also help in Parkinson's disease. These drugs we use for treatment of Parkinson. It's useful effect. Amnesia is a side effect. Okay, if these drugs enter in brain in memory area, they can decrease memory, lead to shorter memory loss. Parkinson disease useful in Parkinson disease. Okay. Number 3, CNS done, eye done. Now in the head area we having salivary gland, yeah. In eye we having lacrimal gland. All over the body we having sweat gland. So all the secretion, because you block what? M3, yeah. No more M3 because you block M3. What happened? Dry mouth, dry eye, and dry skin. Okay. Effect on salivary gland. What is the effect on number 4? Effect on heart. Effect on heart. Heart rate increase. The receptor present on heart, M2. So M2 receptor attached with which protein? GI protein, yeah. So GI protein inhibitory. What's the effect of parasympathetic system on heart? Decrease heart. So if you block this, then what happens? It's a useful effect. So we can use if the heart rate decrease, like in case of cardiac arrest. In case of cardiac arrest. Okay. Number 5. GIT. Effect on GIT. In GIT, M3 receptor block M3 receptor. What happens? Decrease peristalsis. Decrease peristalsis. Okay. So if any person having diarrhea due to increased peristalsis, like in case of diarrhea, or if any patient having pain, abdominal pain, abdomen, if you block M3, no more diarrhea. If you block M3, no muscle spasm. Okay, so we can use for diarrhea, we can use for abdominal pain. Number 6, effect on respiratory. Smooth muscle receptor, M3. Respiratory system, What happened with respiratory system if M3 activated? Bronchoconstriction, yeah? Bronchi, the airways. Airway become more narrow. Airway become more narrow. Constriction. Bronchoconstriction. So if you block this, then what happens? Bronchodilation. So effect of these drug on respiratory system, bronchodilation, okay? Bronchodilation. So these drugs very effective in asthma. Very, very useful in asthma patient, okay? And these drugs also doing what? In the respiratory system, we having goblet cell, yeah? They produce mucus. Goblet cells. Goblet cell producing what? Producing mucus, yeah, in respiratory system. So if you use these drug, antagonist drug, they decrease secretion. Another effect, decrease mucus secretion. Decrease mucus secretion in respiratory tract. Oh, that's why this drug also very useful in the patient when patient undergoes surgical procedure. We need to give us anesthesia. Atropine, very useful drug. Before giving anesthetic medication, we use this drug to decrease secretion of respiratory system. Otherwise, patient can get pneumonia because patient totally unconscious when undergo any surgical procedure, big surgery. Patient totally unconscious, yeah. So this mucus, this secretion can trap inside the bronchi and can cause infection. Bacteria can cause infection very easily. So before anesthesia, we use this drug to decrease the mucus secretion. Then we can put endotracheal tube. Okay. Before putting endotracheal tube for giving general anesthesia, okay, you use this drug to decrease secretion. Clear? Number 7, last one. Urinary system. Urinary effect on urinary system. So if any person having like this bladder contraction done by M3. So if you block this receptor, then no contraction. If any patient having frequent urination or problem incontinence means self-urination, urinary incontinence. Yesterday I explained the bedwetting done by children, yeah. Incontinence, frequent urination. So we can use these drugs to decrease the frequency, okay, of urination. Understand? To decrease the bladder activity. Clear?
Yes, sir.
These are the generalized effects, okay? Effect on body, on eye. Okay, see here in eye. Focus here. In eye, this drug doing what? Mydriasis, yeah? So if you dilate the pupil, you easily can see the lens. You easily can see the retina because you dilate the pupil, okay? If you want to examine retina, if you want to see inside the eye, so you must dilate pupil first. Understand or not? If you want internal examination of the eye, you want to see the lens, you want to see the vitreous humor, you want fundoscopy. The fundoscopy is done for eye. Okay, ophthalmo, we're using a ophthalmoscope, being done fundoscopy, any slit lamp exam of the eye, internal examination. Okay, you want to see the lens, you want to see the retina, internal structure of the eye. You must dilate this. You must dilate this. So these drugs we use for now. Here the use here we use for eye exam. These drugs used for eye exam, internal eye exam. Okay. Before checking the internal structure, we must dilate the dilate the pupil. Which drug we use? Short acting, tropicamide, tropicamide. Okay, tropicamide is a short acting. Only use eye uses. Okay, to examine the patient eye. Understand? Not give atropine. Atropine drops also available, but that patient eye dilated for 15 days, 1 week eye dilated. Then that patient complained, doc, I'm having blurring of vision. If people dilated, then you have problem to see the close object, the blurring vision for near. If people is constricted, then problem for far vision. Okay, so that person complain blurring of vision. So not use atropine for eye exam. Atropine causing or atropine having a long duration of action. Okay, the 7 days, 15 days, people dilated. Understand? For eye exam, we use short acting tropicamide. Short acting tropicamide. Clear? Short acting tropicamide for eye exam use. Come here. In the CNS, this drug causing amnesia. Yeah, in the CNS, drug causing amnesia. Sometimes the patient scared of short surgical procedure. For example, patient afraid of if doctor putting NG tube, short surgical procedure, any eye procedure, any nose procedure, any short surgical procedure. The patient just feeling scary. If patient just feeling scary before the procedure, we can use scopolamine. Scopolamine. What is the effect of scopolamine? Scopolamine enter to CNS. Okay. Enter to CNS and causing what? Amnesia. Scopolamine enter to CNS causing what? Amnesia. The patient feeling scary. Okay, feeling have a lot of fear of short surgical procedure. First we give scopolamine, then perform short surgical procedure. The patient forgot about this. What's the meaning of amnesia? The loss of memory. For example, I just give an example. If you slap someone and give scopolamine, oh, that person forget. Yeah, understand?
Yes,
Scopolamine
sir.
used just to make the patient forget about anything happened to patient. Yeah, if patient feel fear, having fear or having scared, feeling scary about short surgical procedure, before performing short surgical procedure, give scopolamine. Oh, memory, short-term memory loss. And what's the meaning of amnesia? Not able to recall. Clear? Not able to recall previous thing, anything happened to patient. Yeah. So it's a use of scopolamine. Understand? Use of scopolamine. So scopolamine used for short surgical procedure, just for purpose of memory loss. Okay, just to make memory loss of the person about the anything happened to patient. Okay, patient may be feeling scary, a lot of scare. Yeah, having fear. So give scopolamine, then you can easily perform any short surgical procedure. Understand? It's a use of scopolamine. Another use of scopolamine, come here. In GIT, these drugs we use for also for diarrhea. Sometimes the person having the one disease known as motion sickness. You went on traveling. Yeah? When you're traveling, You're having nausea, vomiting, and diarrhea. Nausea, vomiting, and diarrhea is known as motion sickness. Motion sickness. The motion sickness, the patient having history of traveling, okay? While traveling, the patient starts nausea, vomiting, and diarrhea. It's known as motion sickness. It's known as motion sickness. So to control the motion sickness, the best drug again scopolamine for motion sickness. Because this for diarrhea we also can use, yeah? Motion sickness, scopolamine. Understand? So these are uses of scopolamine. For motion sickness and for short surgical procedure, we're producing amnesia. Done? For short surgical procedure, we're using for amnesia purpose. Okay. In GLT, we also having abdominal pain, yeah? We also having abdominal pain. If you have abdominal pain, we use one drug, hyoscine. It's also antimuscarinic. Hyoscine compound. Hyoscine compound. Hyoscine compound also acts like antimuscarinic. This used for abdominal pain. Hyoscine. Hyoscine compound also act like antimuscarinic if the GIT spasm there, intestinal pain. Okay, smooth muscle, strong contraction. You can stop M3 receptor, no more pain. No more contraction, no more pain. Okay, so hyoscine compound we use for abdominal pain. In GIT, in stomach, you know, have which receptor?
M1.
M1. M1 doing what? Produce HCl, yeah? So, the drug here, if you block M1, so no HCl? No HCl. The drug name, pyrazipine. Pyrazipine. Clear? For GLT, pyrazipine decrease HCl. Hyoscine, abdominal pain. Scopolamine, motion sickness. Scopolamine for motion sickness, okay? Scopolamine for motion sickness. Motion sickness means the person having nausea, vomiting, the history of traveling, okay? Having the problem with the traveling, when to traveling, having nausea, vomiting. So that time best drug, scopolamine, okay? Scopolamine, pyrazipine. Pyrazipine we use for peptic ulcer disease. Peptic ulcer disease, okay? Peptic ulcer disease have problem with HCl. HCl very high HCl, so you can reduce HCl. So pyrazipine. For abdominal pain, hyoscine compound. Understand? For abdominal pain, hyoscine compound. Now again come back. Come on, basal ganglia. In basal ganglia, we can block acetylcholine, yeah? Because acetylcholine high and dopamine low. So if you reduce acetylcholine, then again equal. Understand? If you reduce acetylcholine, because here acetylcholine very high and dopamine very low. So for the purpose of for treatment of Parkinson disease, we are also using drug for Parkinson disease. The drug name benzotropine. Benzotropine for Parkinson disease. Another trihexophenidil. 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 Clear? These two drugs we use for Parkinson disease. Antimuscarinic drug we use for Parkinson disease, benzotropine, trihexophenidil. cholinergic antagonists having lot of uses. Agonists just few uses. Alzheimer's disease, myasthenia gravis, some GIT problem, constipation. Yeah, simple uses. Cholinergic antagonists very useful drugs. Okay. In CNS, amnesia, scopolamine doing what? Amnesia, used for short surgical procedure. Yeah, used for short surgical procedure. Okay. Now come here. Come on heart. In heart, what happen? Heart rate increase. If the patient having now patient in emergency, having cardiac arrest, you have two options there. Where emergency drug atropine. Atropine is the emergency drug. We use in emergency if patient have a cardiac issue, cardiac arrest. Okay, if heart suddenly stop. The last hope here, atropine, and also we can use adrenaline. Okay, atropine we also use for cardiac arrest. Understand or not? Parasympathetic system doing what? Decrease heart rate. So if you block parasympathetic, then what happen? Increase heart rate. Understand? If you block parasympathetic, then automatically increase heart rate. So atropine we use for cardiac arrest. Atropine we use for cardiac arrest. Okay, now come on respiratory system. In respiratory system, these drugs doing what? Bronchodilation. Yeah. So in asthma patient, we need bronchodilation. Write the name here. Ipratropium. Very effective. Ipratropium. Another long acting tiotropium. Tiotropium, respiratory uses. Inhaler in the market available for asthma patient, ipratropium bromide inhaler. Ipratropium inhaler, very effective for asthma. Okay, for asthma, ipratropium, tiotropium, and tiotropium. For urinary incontinence or frequency, we not use commonly atropine. Atropine having many side effects. Okay, because causing constipation, dry eye, dry skin, lot of side effects. So we're using one antidepressant drug, TCA. This drug belongs to TCA. Its name tricyclic antidepressant, imipramine. This is not a antimuscarinic only, say antidepressant, but used in children to control bedwetting, to control urine, okay, incontinence. Imipramine. Understand? Imipramine. Okay, now we summarize the uses. What are the uses of atropine? Number one, atropine. Second, benzotropine. Trihexyphenidyl. Tropicamide. Scopolamine. Pyrenzipine. hyoscine, pyrazine, hyoscine. Next, ipratropium, ipratropium, triotropium. Okay. Which drug we use for eye examination?
Scopolamine. Tropicamide.
Tropicamide for eye examination. Can you use this drug in glaucoma patient for eye examination?
No.
No. No.
Yeah. You make a patient blind, permanent blind. Glaucoma become more worse, okay? Must take care. Eye exam. Understand? Okay. Which drug we use for motion sickness?
Scopolamine.
Another use?
Another use for pain. Oh, short surgical procedure.
A short surgical procedure producing?
Amnesia.
I just give example, slap your friend and just give scopolamine. Your friend forget. Slap your friend and give scopolamine. Pyrazine.
Yes. Peptic ulcer disease, HCL.
HCl decrease, yeah? Peptic ulcer disease. Hyoscine.
Hyoscine for pain patient.
Abdominal pain especially, okay? Abdominal pain. Not epigastric pain, okay? Not epigastric pain. If patient having diarrhea and abdominal pain, okay, then you can use. If having epigastric pain, you use PPI, you use this pyrazine. Abdominal pain, different category. If you have the pain come from kidney, then not use these drug like this, okay? If abdominal pain come from intestine, understand? Gastroenteritis patient. So that time we can use. Okay, ipratropium for what use?
Asthma.
So these drugs mostly present in inhaler form, inhaler. So inhale these drugs, okay? Inhaler. Is for asthma. You also can apply for COPD. Because these drugs help to dilate the airway, help for improve the breathing difficulty in asthma patient, okay? It's a very effective drug, ipratropium. Which drug we use for Parkinson disease? Benzotropine. Parkinson disease, benzotropine, okay? Okay, now come on atropine. Atropine having a lot of use. Number one use. Yesterday we're done with organophosphate poisoning, yeah? If patient come in emergency and having the issue, have a try to for suicide attempt and eating or drinking pesticide or insecticide. You are in emergency,
Excuse me,
but
sir.
due to patient.
Time for restart the Zoom.
Okay, restart.